our players. It was offside.
Come on, ref. Do the business, ref. Do the business. Give it.
So in terms of the game today, you know, we're expected to beat Stoke. We should beat Stoke. They came with a game plan of getting 11 men behind the ball and tried not to concede. First half, they did have a few attacks, but they were shots from outside the area, and they just weren't there to attack us or counter-attack or really do anything. So you can't read much into the performance because we should have won. And the first half, we created chances, we weren't clinical. I heard lots of people saying outstanding performance from their keeper. Really, the ball was just hit at him a lot. Like, can you pick out any of those saves and go, wow, that was a brilliant save? No, it was just poor finishing that we were hitting it at him. So we're not clinical, and we haven't been clinical for most of the season. But nonetheless, that is being really overly critical on that first half. We were at least creating chances. It just would have been nice to get a couple of goals. A few early goals, or one early goal, could have changed the game completely because they would have had to have come out. We would have had more room to move about in the midfield and in our attacking positions, and it would have been easier. But we're just really struggling to get that early goal in any of these matches, which would make life so much easier. So it became another long haul match where it was frustrating. The second half up to the goal was really quite poor again. Same problems, we're playing the ball around sideways, sideways, sideways. Stoke were packed in behind. So their jobs were effectively to run left and right within a 10-yard radius, and that had them covered, supported and balanced. Like, we weren't doing enough. We got the goal, which was carnage, by the way. What the lino thought he saw, I don't know, but it looks to me like the right decision was made. I'd love to be really excited about this, but it was a 1-0 against Stoke. Like, it wasn't a very good game. The atmosphere wasn't very good until we scored and the Stoke players started being the dirty thugs that they are. And Ryan Shawcross, you know exactly what you are. You're a horrible, vile cretin of a human being, and you are not a footballer. So all the Arsenal fans at the end were chanting 1-0 to the football team, which I think is unfair to be honest, because throughout the match they were shouting, "You're here and you know you are, you're here and you know you are." Really? Because we were 0-0 against them, so they can't have been that bad, because what does that make us? So, all round disappointing. But the bigger issues are Arsene Wenger, and in one sentence yesterday, he summed up why he needs to be sacked. He was talking about philosophy, and you only need to make little tweaks, and we didn't need to get a lot of players in, and he said, there is a possibility that you will still not get rid of your weak points, but also lose your strong points. That is the reason, Arsene, that we've stagnated / regressed over the last 8 years. There's a risk it might get worse if you change something. That's not an attitude, Arsene. That is not an attitude. If you think you can just carry on, just plodding along with the same things that you've been doing that won you the trophies nearly a decade ago, then it's not cutting it anymore. What an incredible statement to make. If I change anything, it might get worse, so I'm just going to carry on as is. That is a disgraceful management technique, considering you're the highest paid manager in the country and considering you haven't won anything for the best part of a decade. So clearly something has got to be risked, changed, something to stop it stagnating. So that sentence there sums up exactly why Arsene Wenger needs to go. And if there is anyone that can defend that statement, we're not going to change anything because it might get worse instead of getting better, then you really are just beyond the pale as a fan, because it's just too much, that statement. Wenger out in a big way. On another note, I've got my PS3, I've got my Xbox, I've got my HD PVR, and I've got my TV into my new flat, and I'm going to start playing subscribers. So tonight maybe I might do it as a live stream, I might just play, I really don't know. But make sure you check out, if you do want to play me, then follow my Google Plus page, or profile, which is down there. And you can comment on there if you want to play me, and I'll play the guys from the comments on there. So also comment down below whether you think that Wenger should be out after this game. Because it's the statements that he's making. It wasn't the performance today, that was indifferent. But the statements are ridiculous. You've got to risk a little bit to make you move forward. End of. Bye.